Merci beaucoup. Yeah, you were asking me in the cafe yesterday that what kind of books do I want to read, and at that point I was like, I'm not gonna read any book this year because I was just so frustrated. But as you remember, by the time we had our dinner, I think you went up and I was
Yeah.
just watching something on YouTube, and then I just picked up randomly. What's that book?
My book, Caris Spectus.
Yeah, but I feel like the reason I did not have any answer for that question was not because I don't have books, but because I really don't want to indulge in any kind of commercial sort of a book, self help, best selling. And I mean, I've been reading that for so many years, right? But now I'm like, I want to dive deep into classics.
I think if you really want to fall in love with books, uh, one of the ways is actually reading classics because they had so much of juice, so amazingly written words. You just Once I was coming from a flight and I had this particular book that you were referring, and I just started reading the first chapter and it was amazing. And everything was so simple. The whole action, the scene, the story, everything was so simple. But the words, the depth, the emotions.
Something hits in books, not really ancient books. The classic books still have something which can touch our soul, but there is something about the newer books which are failing to touch some part of our soul.
I was reading Sally Rooney's book called Where Are You Beautiful World, and I don't know if you have read that. Again, that book was very simple, nothing specific, no specific plot as such. It was just flowing, and it was a really warm book to read. I loved the equation, the friendship, the kind of world they were living in the book. I really loved it. The kind of intellectual talks they were doing. They had opinions about things, or they were learning about things, or trying to understand the world, trying to be something, but still not there yet.
There is also something about the pace of the way they write. Like, as you are mentioning, like they have their opinions, they are learning and all that. So it's like when you are reading it, it doesn't feel like you're rushing. Like, this happens and then this happens. No, it feels like that it feels like you're actually reading or watching a life to its authentic, natural way. It's already Jan 7 and I can tell the pace of 2026 already. It's, I think, faster than 2025. It's like jet plane speed or maybe spaceship speed. But I feel like one thing which I learned in 2025 was if you want value, meaning, depth, beauty in your life, then one thing which you can do is slow down.
I think that is the hardest thing to do when we are thinking about going somewhere, when we are thinking about reaching somewhere. The hardest thing to do is slowly going there. We always want to just reach there as fast as we can, and I think it's contrasting to what we want to achieve, and that is why we don't think about it at all.
With the commercialized world, with the capitalism, domination, and all of that, I feel I just was writing this in my journal maybe yesterday or a few days ago that how there is no train to catch or no bus to catch, and you are right on your timeline and you don't have to rush to any place. In fact, you have to understand and align yourself in a way that you actually make it happen for you where you are. And it's really a delusion that you have to run and catch, and you are falling behind and you have wasted years and all that. I feel it's some mental clutter which has no meaning. What do you think?
Feel that is all ego. Every time you think there's urgency, there's something really urgent that you have to attend, that you cannot achieve. If you miss this train today, you'll never reach that destination. It's all ego's play. And although I'm very thankful to ego, for letting us live the world as we are living, it's very important. But at the same time, to actually live, to actually be aware and go through your days being intentional, you have to dig a little deeper and come from the surface level of the ego, come down to a level of the soul, and that is where you actually get to enjoy the juice.
Probably it's always for the best, and as humans we just can't look to deeper dimensions, and that's why we just judge from what we can see or what we know, which is from the past, and we hold so many of prejudices and projections, and yeah, you get it. We end up not believing in the way life has so many miracles for us, and probably 2026 is supposed to have so much of momentum because it is said to be a year of horse. So build up momentum, people.
This year feels exactly the same as the last year, but the only difference is I changed. I feel like something inside of me has shifted, and I was not expecting that. I was not at all expecting that I will show up like this. I will just commit to whatever I wanted to do always. It's like this year, the moment it started, so on 31st December, I was like, you know what, another year is changing, and this year I'm just gonna make it. And I don't know what I want to make it exactly, but I just thought the biggest project that I have right now is me. I'm gonna show up for me, I'm gonna do things for me, I'm gonna pamper myself, I wanna be whoever I want to be. I just wanna practice everything this year. I'm gonna put all my skills into use this year. You know, I just don't wanna hoard it with me and not share it. I feel like everyone has so many gifts. And even if it is the tiniest of the gifts, I wanna share it. Even if it helps just one tiny person, one toddler, I'm happy with that as well.
You remember day before yesterday I was telling you that I don't feel heard, and then you were saying me that great leaders are not waiting for you to be heard. I mean, I just actually journaled on that, and I felt that in a lot many ways we want to be held, heard, seen, and it's just so discomforting in some way that when you just start to take up space for who you are instead of thinking and perceiving that where are you landing if you are able to take up your space. I mean, it is uncomfortable in the beginning, but the more you freely take up space, you will eventually learn to not be bothered by if someone is listening to you or even not listening to you. You are just having your own purpose, determined, and you're just following a deeper calling, which I said, as humans we don't have access to a lot many deeper dimensions, but our soul knows because it is tuned to the vibrations. So I feel listening to your soul's calling will actually push you towards what actually is purposeful for your life on earth.
So every time you want to do something and you feel like you're not ready for it, that is just your soul telling you and giving you direction of what you're supposed to be doing, even when you're not ready, even when you think you'll just screw it up, you'll not be doing a good job. But that's your calling, that's your intuition talking. And it took me years to understand that. I kind of have a habit of suppressing myself, my intuition, hear myself want things, and kind of start to tell a story about how I never be trying great things because I haven't done any great things. That's just so mean and rude to your own self. That's so selfish of me to not allow myself to do the greater things just because I don't have evidence. Come on, if everyone waited for an evidence before they showed up, they'll never have anything to show because they never showed up.
That's funnily the reason I actually pushed myself to come and just start this play button today, was because I felt if you don't do things, you'll never have evidence. And I think probably after some time you'll feel a bit of imposture, but eventually your brain will capture more of different data and you will have a different story to tell, and just be in the momentum of that. The best thing to do is just be around those people who are actually living that story too with you, because as humans we are wired to carry a lot of stories with us, and community is very important for our brains. The right soulful community where you thrive, where you celebrate each other, where you push each other, where you take accountability for the other person and all of that.
I agree on your point of community, but I also feel like sure, but you can only get community while you're on your way
to do the things. You don't get community before it. You don't hunt for people or search them while doing nothing and thinking first I'll make a group and only then I'll start the group activities. It's like you start the solo activity and then you let people join, which kind of makes it more sweet.
It's like first you have to accept that discomfort of what you want, and then eventually you have that container to have it on your journey, isn't it?
I agree on that. 2026 is just starting, but I already feel good energy, good vibe, and a great momentum to show up to do the things that I've always wanted to do. This is the promise that I'm making this year for me, and I just hope that I get to the other side where I'm supposed to be reaching.
Like, do you have a promise to yourself which you are gonna be committed to this year? Like, it doesn't have to be a resolution I'm talking about. What I'm asking for is a view, like something, some value you want to hold on to for the rest of 2026, which will actually make you a better version of you, but also a real version of you.
I think every time we open Instagram, there's always someone talking about a better version, a higher version. You know, trying to be your version, best version, while completely neglecting your current version, not giving enough credits to your current version. I don't know, that's just something that they don't associate much with that anymore. I just want to be myself, my real self. Sure, there might be some things that I would like to change. Also some things that are really amazing about me and I wouldn't change it ever for the world, you know, for any. So I would say I'm not aiming for any higher self or higher version. I'm just aiming for my real self, my authentic self, where I'm not shrinking, where I'm not hiding, where I'm not shaming myself. The two words that comes into my mind are alignment, which is very important this year for me. I want to align and I don't want anything else but alignment this year. And the second word that comes, consistency. I'm not relating it to something forcing myself, but being in that place where I'm naturally consistent, where I'm loving the process and I'm actually just being in the flow and loving the consistency rather than making it seem I'm forcing myself to show up, forcing all the time. I just want to be soft with myself but still be consistent. Any other promise that you want to make to yourself?
I feel consistency and alignment are really important for this year for me too, because I was actually journaling and circling the word alignment for like 5 times, because I just don't want to push myself into doing something which the world wants me to do, or which I feel that my parents feel or the society feels that it's the best thing for me, and to justify it for me. I think with AI and all of that, one should really choose what their soul calls for. Main promise which I have thought about this year, which I have actually written in bold words in my journal again, is no performance. I really don't want to perform this year. I mean, my mental health got fucked up. My the social media got over my head. I wasn't really there in my relationships. I felt I really couldn't connect with myself for the things which I want to do in my life, the career which I want to choose, the life that I want to design for myself, or how much of things I have to give to other people, because I really don't even know myself, because I'm just so busy chasing that I just can't stop for a moment and ask myself this question, that what is it that you want to give, because it's just the most difficult thing to do, to pause and probably ask yourself this question. So I feel this year there is no performance. My attitude for this year is whatever, whatever. Do you remember that? So it's like, this is a year where I don't want to give any fucks. It's really important to me for me to ask me every day, probably 3 times a day, that is there any sneaky way I'm trying to perform? It's like I have to be honest with myself. It's like the universe has taught me that the more you perform and the more you are dishonest and inauthentic to yourself, you're just gonna feel more into that loop, and I'm just stopping that loop off.
So we are excited to welcome you guys in 2026. Let's get ready and roll together.
This will be a very sacred, very honest, very nurturing sort of a space forever.
Thank you so much. Let's have a gorgeous year ahead. Bye.
See you in the next one.